What's good, everybody? It's your boy Daddy, the boy whose beards never connects. Welcome to another episode of Opinionated. And as always, I'm not alone. I'm with these lovely two reddies. How are you? How are you? How are you guys?
We're doing
Good.
fine. We're
How
doing
are you?
fine.
Okay,
Yeah.
I
All
see
right,
you.
guys. My name is
Okay, so
Cynthia, but you can call me Dee.
mhm.
It's Miss Theo, whichever one you like.
I think we need to find a way to do this properly because I don't know. It just needs to. I need to feel it. Anyway, but yeah,
That's
guys,
good.
welcome to another episode of Opinionated. And yeah, man, today there's a lot we want to talk about. Stuff that's already going on in the industry, in Africa, Malawi, and the world. To start us off, whoa, English, yeah. To start
Fine.
us off, to start us off, Idols SA is back, guys.
Are you ready for the season 16 premiere of South African Idols? All the drama, Casper Nyovest, excitement, confusion,
Can as well, it might.
nerves,
I loved you.
and a crazy dare.
If she does not make it, I'm gonna run in my undies around the entire building.
I'm traumatized.
The premiere of South African Idols season 16, Sunday, 5:30.
This is the best thing in the world.
It's kind of interesting because they are now still three judges, but the fourth judge, Amakala guest judge. So far they've done 2 episodes of the Sunday show, but Omabel is also on their recurring channel. Have you guys watched it? Have you guys seen it?
I watched the first episode and then just seen a couple of clips from the recent episode, the second episode. I didn't watch the full thing, but just
Yeah, same here.
I haven't
Cynthia,
watched
you don't have
the
DSTV?
episode, but sorry.
You still don't have DSTV.
Says the person who's using DSTV now. Wow.
Bruh.
The person who's connected to their parents' DSTV.
Biggest struggle. Biggest struggle.
No, I haven't watched any of the episodes. I just saw some of the clips from last Sunday's episode where Somizi had the pink hair. You know, that's one of the first things that I noticed. I mean, it's Somizi, so. But no, I haven't gotten to watch any of the episodes, just the clips.
So Mrs. hair actually kind of looks like yours right now, if I'm being honest.
Mine's great. Oh, me and Somizi should
Yeah.
definitely be friends, you know.
But I guess the reason why I'm bringing idols up is because there's been a trend. I've seen it a lot on South African Twitter where people are saying, no guys, it's enough, because this is actually the 16th season. So they're 16 years in doing this thing. And I mean, I kind of agree to some extent because one, it's been so long. Two, I feel like they're using some theatrics to get us to keep watching. So you say you watched the first episode, and if you notice in the first episode, so Mizi went around the place running in his underwear. And
Wa muswe.
you see what I'm saying? And this is a singing competition we're talking about, but because it's entertainment, they're using this, things for rating. So do you guys think basi guys, no? Basi enough is enough.
I don't know. I don't think so. I'm the one who gets entertained by things, like can keep watching something for that long. For example, I watch Grey's Anatomy, which is going on season 17 now, and I'm still just as in love with it as I was in season 1. So that, for me, it's not the problem of that it has 16 seasons. I think the issue is, what are they doing to keep it relevant? What are they doing to Like, what is it? What's its contribution really? Like, what is the point of idols anymore in a way?
Yeah.
So I think maybe, and I guess it's easier to sustain like a series than it is to sustain like a show like Idols, because then it's like,
Mhm.
you know, the series has story to it.
Yeah.
Idols doesn't really have story to it, and I
Mhm.
think the format has kind of grown old. Because then, you know, at first when you'd hear like a story of a contestant and you hear kind of like a sob story, and you know, you're kind of like, oh my gosh, you know, and they got that gig, you know, oh my gosh, they got 4 yeses and they have such a sad story. And
And
now
now
it's
you only need 2 yeses, yeah? Is it? Or 3?
yeah, at 3 yeses.
Okay.
You need 3 yeses. And so now it's like every time I hear like they start, you know, a sad instrumental, when you know Kuti, there's a sad story coming through. It's kind of like, are we saying yes to people because they've got sad stories, or because they actually have talent to go
Yeah.
through this whole thing? And also, I guess that format. So I don't know. I feel like I don't truly have a problem with them being on
Mhm.
their 16th season. It's just find a way to stay relevant, man. Show us something different, rather than feels like it's same old, apart from Somizi's shenanigans. But other than that,
Which could be
it's
one
the
of the
same
ways that
old.
they're trying to get their audience to keep watching. You know, you never know. You've got to add a little spice to it once in a
But
while.
that's the thing, that Somizi has got so many things going on. I'd be like, why should I watch Idols when I can watch his cooking show that
Guys,
gives me
that's
more of
another
him?
conversation,
You
because
know?
there's also
So
another conversation about opening up the industry that's going on in SA. And it's funny because Somiz is at like the center of that conversation because he keeps getting all the jobs. But that's another conversation for another
Another
day.
conversation for another day.
Yeah.
I mean,
yes.
But
I think that,
uh-huh.
you know, some of us might look at it and be like, oh my gosh, it's been 16 seasons. We've grown tired of it. But you should actually consider that there are some people, especially in SA, that actually do look forward to going on to Idols, to audition and, you know, maybe, you know, get to a certain stage. And at the end of the
Mhm.
day, you never really know who's watching, because the winner might not always turn out to be the person that's going to, you know, blow out. But you know, there are other people that are watching, and maybe you never know what chances are going to come from that. So
Yeah.
it's still relevant to some people, especially in SM, who are actually working hard to make it to Idols. And at the end of the day, as much as there can only be one winner, you never know the opportunities that might come from that.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you mentioned, Woody, you can be a winner or you might go there and you don't win, but like at the same time you kind of get like recognition from people and stuff, which makes me think of home Malawi. Do you think we are capable of having such a show? We've had them, yeah, but do you think we're capable of having such a show and sustaining it? I'm not trying to hate on anyone who tries something.
I
I'm
was
just saying.
gonna say, dude, your tone. Like,
Okay,
your
my
tone
bad.
in that,
Okay,
in that
because okay,
statement.
look at me, guys. We've had e-wallet. There was this, I don't know what it was called before e-wallet, but I remember, if I'm being honest, I only know 2 people from e-wallet proper.
There was a kids singing show
Was it?
back in 2014, I want to say. Yes, 2014. Uh, Channel 4 Nations Radio started a singing show, and they did a singing show for kids.
Was it
It
a
was a
competition
crowd
though?
okay.
winner and everything. Yeah. Singing competition for kids. It didn't.
Where are
I
the,
didn't.
Was
where are
that
the
It
kids
didn't
now?
get as
one-off
much
thing?
buzz as it should have, but they did.
Where are the kids
Was it a
now?
one-off thing?
Is my question.
That's the thing. I know of one kid because that was my niece who was on the show, so that's how I actually knew
That's
about it.
probably how you know about it too.
Yeah,
Seriously,
that one, because I was working there and my niece was on the show, so it's kind of like, okay, so, you know.
we need to investigate also. How did your niece get on this show?
She didn't
Huh?
win, so there was no collusion anyway. She didn't win, okay? She didn't win.
You still give her leverage. But yeah, what I was gonna say is, Uji, like even with the shows here in Malawi, the only winners I really remember are Kevin Sings. And I remember this because I was teasing him the other day that he sold the car he won. And then the other is Wakumbachi Kalua, I think. And I remember her. She was really, really good.
Yeah, I remember her.
I remember because after she was doing that, she started doing gospel music, and yeah, she's really good. But
Mhm.
my question remains like like Big Brother last week. Do you think idols Malawi, can be a thing?
I
I
think
mean,
I think
at
it
the end of the
can.
day,
Go on, Cindy.
oh, okay. At the end of the day, like you mentioned, it's about, yeah, you can start something, but are you able to maintain it consistency? We've seen
Yeah,
competitions like e-wallet that have come and go, and they weren't really consistent. And it's been a while. Like you said, the last person that won was Kelvin Sings. And how long ago was that? So, but yes, there's so many creatives that can actually start a lot of other different competition, not necessarily just like singing competitions like e-wallet or idols. I mean, other people could start a whole lot of different shows in that line and be able to maintain it. And that, I think that's what, matters the most, consistency, because you could start something today and wake up tomorrow and be like, you know what, I can't do this anymore. I don't have the energy or the pants for it. So yeah, I personally
yeah,
think that there's a whole great creatives out here in Malawi that if we're able to come together and work together, we could actually start something and just be able
yeah.
to maintain it.
And I think maybe
Theo,
the
you were saying something?
the benefits of going on the show need to
Mhm.
be more high stakes, and not to put down winning a car, but just, kind of like something that promotes your career. Because I'm assuming you go
Yeah,
on a singing show because you're passionate about singing and want to go somewhere with it, At least that's my
yeah,
assumption.
yeah,
Like I don't have a singing voice, so I don't imagine I'm going to go on any singing show and be like, yeah, let me showcase my talent. Like, no, that's not where my heart is at, you know? So I'm thinking if we have an actual singing show, or a show that is about showcasing a specific talent or whatever, then let's
Mhm.
have something that is actually going to launch the person into their career. Like, say, a
Yeah,
contract that will get them gigs, that will get them shows, like they will go on tour. Like we've seen how other people do it, like, for example, people who win, say, American Idols, they get a full contract, and some of them, their music doesn't go anywhere, but still they have some level of leverage of like, okay, they've been given a platform, they've been given money to get into a studio to actually try and do something with their career. You get? So it's like, because it's kind of like, at the end of the day, if, for example, Kelvin Sings, like, I would love to know of like how much more did e-wallet put into his career. You get?
yeah, yeah,
And how many of his fans remember him, like know him or love him because he was on e-wallet? That's sort of a thing. Like, does it add value to people's careers, or is it just Basi, I went there, won a car, and I have a cool
And
ride?
a few bucks.
Yeah. So it's like, I mean, I'm not putting down the car. Car is a big deal, but at the same time, what's it doing for that person's career? Is it actually
yeah,
launching is it making it go anywhere? And if it's not, then it will really flop. Like, that show will definitely flop. So I feel like there needs to be more that is put out there of like, hey, we're going to help your career in this particular way,
yeah. I mean, and just to like segue from that, it just shows you that Malawian artists or artists and creatives are still looking for ways of making money. And we're looking for ways to actually earning a living, aside from the usual, get a degree to be something to fall back on, get a 9 to 5, you can do your music thing at night or on the weekends and stuff. We're still looking for ways to make money. Last week's episode, we spoke about Kosoma and how Kosoma has started giving artists some money and stuff. But I just found out about an actual new platform. I've forgotten what the name is, but I saw a video, so I might link it in this episode right about here.
the very latest in Malawian music, download Mobtake Music app. Simpler, better, faster.
But if it's not the one, I don't know. Just it's our opinions. It's not facts. Anyway, but I heard of a platform, and this platform is actually asking artists to submit songs to them so that the general public or their fans can buy the music, and they can buy the music at about 500 kwacha. I think that's the one I saw, because they were trying to reach out to one of the artists I work with, and they're trying to ask them to say, no, we sell the music at 500 kwacha. Comma, the flip side is that the artists will only be getting 30%. 30% of that profit. So the question is, what happens to the other 70%? Studio, instrumental, 25,000. Recording session, 25,000. Promotion ya nyimbo, an extra 30 to 50,000. Video, there would be less. The minimum you can get for a video is probably 150,000. And you're selling your song for 500 kwacha, and you're only getting 30% of that. What are your thoughts, guys?
How much is 30% to 500? Anyway, my point being, it just, even from get-go, it doesn't even sound like a good deal. Like, it feels like a joke, you know? Like, are artists a joke to you? Like, what is that? Because then, Muntu, like you're saying, Daddy, all those costs of you buying an instrumental, you going to the studio, paying at the studio for some producer to do stuff to your song, and then you paying for publicity. You have to buy data bundles. Of course, TNM and Airtel doing their beautiful thing with their data bundles. You have to buy those data bundles, promote that thing on social media, and then have to go on radio and, you know, share it to all these DJs and Chantani, promote your own song, you know, and then only for you to sell it for 500 kwacha and only get 30% out of that 500 kwacha. Like, it doesn't, like, I don't see the benefit. I really don't see the benefit, because then it's as good as saying, sure, I'm going to write my song, I'm going to go to the studio and do all of these things, and I'm going to sell my own song at 500 kwacha. People can, to me, Zami, TNM, Pambati, whatever, I'll figure out what to do, you know, rather than, so I get the full 500, rather than some other guy gets my 70% of that 500. Like, it doesn't, I don't know, that looks very shady.
It merely sounds as if, you know, this is just a profit-oriented company. All they want to do is make profit and not necessarily promote the artist and the artistry that they do. Because imagine if you just put out one song, you know, in a year or in 6 months. How much are you going to make out of that if you're only getting 30% of whatever it is that they're getting at the end of the day? So it's a profit for the company, yes, but not for the artist. And I say that because some companies would want to merely promote the artist and the music that they do because they love whatever it is that they do. But in this case, it sounds like the company just wants to make money quick.
Yeah.
All quick cash.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah. But also, maybe a better deal would have said, they should have said, oh no, we're going to help you with maybe publicity of your song, you know? You bring your song and as we're selling your song, we're helping publicize your song or something, or, you know, make you as an artist famous or something. Or maybe, no, we pitch into the money it gets to your studio work or something. So then it looks like, okay, you're kind of paying back what they kind of helped you with, you know, in a way, you know, that would maybe make sense. But they're not doing anything other than putting it on their platform to sell and somehow feel like they're entitled to 70%. Like, nah, fam.
I mean, for me, I also, guys, devil's advocate here. I think, look at, how about the artists who, no, I won't be that. You know, you have to really not want to make money to sign such a deal. You know, I've
That's
actually tried. I'll be honest with you guys. I might get killed for this. So if I die, just know that they sent hitmen for this. I tried to track down my collagen Ujeni, the money, one of the artists I work with, his collagen profits, you know, his royalties. Guys, ndinachoka from position A, ayayimbira wakuti, position B, ayayimbira wakuti wapita Egypt, position C, ayayi wakuti aliku. They were mentioning India, they were mentioning Maigodi. I'm like, how the hell is a song as easy as Yaguti Yaguti being connected with a man in India for this guy to just get his royalties? And the last person I called actually laughed at me. He's like, are you really following this up? You know, are you really doing this to follow this up? Are you sure you want to start that battle? That's why I freaked out. I'm like, whoa. Like, what are you saying? I'm about to start this battle. It's like, no, I'm just asking, like, are you willing to continue this journey you have just started? Nango this uncle. You know, it's just money. It's just money. I am not about to, you know, lose my life over change. No, it's not happening, you know.
Talking about the tweet, Dali, I saw a couple of comments that said that there's already a number of artists that have actually gone ahead and signed with this 30%
Oh my gosh.
of a 500 quarter. I mean, what does that get to say about, you know, artists and creatives? That is there a lot of work that still needs to be done to educate us on, you know, what we deserve, pretty much, like, because like Theo said, it really does sound like a joke. Is it that because it's so hard in the industry for you to get something that you actually opt to stoop? This is my opinion. To stoop to a level where you like, you know what, I will get 30% out of the profits that you make from the music that I give you. Is there a lot of work that needs to be done to educate artists on how to go about these things financially? Because at the end of the day, I feel like, you know, I saw somebody that, I think it's Cardi B. She was on stage and she was like, you know what, as much as you're talented, take time to study business and how, you know, you should be able to handle your financials. Because she went on and said that I actually have to hire people to manage my money because I never did that. I think that artists just like mainly focus on their talent and like, you know, this is what I do. Do we need to look into that as well to be able to know that I'm supposed to get this out of this? And if you're like, you know, trying to rub me the wrong way or trying to steal from me, you should be able to know that. Because like, again, like I said, 500 quad, you know, 30% of 500 quad, that's just not it. And already knowing that there's artists that have already signed that deal. What do you guys think?
I think that's the thing, that it's value, how much you value your own work, for you to think that 30% is okay. You know, it just, you know, part of it is that, because, you know, I think you need to, you know, say, hey, my work should be able to be worth more than 30% of this, you know. But also, I mean, we don't know the circumstances that led them to sign contracts with this particular deal. I would love to chat with them about that, of like, yo, what was going on? Like, what happened, fam?
We can bring one of them here, guys.
I know.
To hear
like, yo, if you signed up, can you
like,
just,
is everything
you know,
okay at home?
contact me on Twitter, because I'm genuinely interested as to where your line of thought was when signing the contract. But yeah, I think that that you're right about, like, people need to seek out advice from people. And I think sometimes that's the thing that kills us, that it looks cheap sometimes to call someone and ask them about what they think about something, but then it's like it might save you in the long run. So yeah, I think people need to start learning to value their work, because it's your brain at work, man. It's nobody else's. So someone else shouldn't just be making money off of your brain. when
It's
you
called
could
intellectual property because it deals with the brain.
exactly. So
Intellect.
you know, people should learn to value that, learn to value their work, as well as be able to seek out other people and just be like, yo, do you think this is a good deal? Is 30%?
Yeah.
Am I worth 30%, or is 30% an
Yeah.
actual good deal? You know.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right. With that thought, we've come to the end of this week's episode. I mean, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for being there. We'll be again here again next week. We've dropped this. Oh, she's telling me to chill. What's going on?
Technical difficulties.
I think she's gotten a phone call. This is what happens when
Yeah.
you use Zoom to record episodes. But you see, Cynthia's frozen. She's like, I'm not gonna cut this part out. I swear. I'm sorry. I will not cut
What?
this part out.
She's reaching out for us.
Guys, hold on. Somebody was calling me on WhatsApp again. I am so sorry.
Don't worry.
like-
I won't cut that part out. People should see.
Dali, you should cut it out. Okay. Do the outro again. I'm here. I'm back. Hey.
Nah, but yeah, guys, that's the end of this week's episode. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being there, for subscribing, liking, and commenting. There's been like lots of comments in the comment section, just like questioning some of our opinions. So that's been interesting to see. So I think next week's episode, guys, we should actually focus on some of the comments and say, okay, they said this about that. What? No, man, we are the opinions. You are the watch. I'm just joking. I'm joking. Anyway, but yeah, thanks for watching. You've been with me, your boy Daddy. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn at Dali Mizaya.
First time I've
Dali.
ever heard someone put a plug of LinkedIn.
Follow
Yeah.
opinionated, not follow
Yes,
Dali.
also yes, follow Opinionated on Twitter. It's at opinionated_ZL. Follow Zonsi Live on all your platforms. Till next time, y'all. We out.
Peace.